So hey guys, my name is Ulysses and thank you for clicking this video. Today I wanted to go through how to shoot how to set up a simple fashion portrait shoot. I feel like there's a lot of misconceptions around this. Some people think that you can just, tag along with a friend and shoot pictures of them and that's enough. But in my case, I don't necessarily think so, and I think there's a little bit more preparation that's needed. So I wanted to create some awareness around that, and I wanted to create some kind of like a semi-tutorial so people understand what it takes in order to take a good or attemptedly good portrait. I wanted to break this down in a few steps, so bear with me and let's go on with the video. Okay, so I think a fashion portrait shoot can be generally divided into 3 different phases. And in the first phase, which is the preparation phase, there's a couple things that are necessary. There's no specific order to this, but yeah, let's go through them. So again, yeah, there's no specific order in this, but we need a model, we need some clothes, and we need a good location. And usually what that comes down to is you need a basic image or output image of what the fashion shoot is going to entail. Obviously, the minimum here is you need a model because you can't shoot a portrait without a collaborator or a model. But also the clothes and the location is also very important. So yeah, the easiest way of getting over this is having a set image or output image and then working your way up to there. Where is it shot at? What type of model are they using? What kind of clothes are they wearing? And then getting those pieces together in the preparation phase are very important. Also a little bit about gear or the cameras to use. I recommend to choose the gear or cameras that can kind of fulfill that image that you have in your mind or the output image that you're referring to. The quality of the gear doesn't really matter here, but remember a few things. What kind of focal length do you want? Do you want something compressed, so with longer lenses? What kind of colors are you going for? Can the image be more moody or grainy, or does it have to be high quality or high resolution? These things will affect the choice in gear that you make. So we came a bit early just in case. We did some location hunting, although we already did some research on the location. Again, just in case. And we're gonna go meet our model for today, who is gonna be Miki. She's a beautiful friend of mine that is cooperating for this portrait shoot. いいね。良さそうだな。What I like to do in a fashion portrait shoot is to shoot in different types of settings. This way the models can get more out of the one photo shoot that you're doing. So for example, first we're in an open field, next we're on a hill with the background of a blue sky, then I intend to move to different places too. I feel like it's a little bit of a waste of time to go all the way and plan something out heavily and then only take one scene, unless you or the model is super famous and busy. But also, photographers sometimes forget this. Photographers just need one good shot, but models or clients want more, and they want flexibility of choice. If you're a model, maybe you want a headshot, but also maybe you want a full body shot. In this photo shoot, although we gathered together a little bit late, I knew that I really wanted to shoot in the afternoon light. So what I did was take about 2 or 3 scenes before the light got too dark, get some good shots there, take a quick break, drink some water and talk together with the model. And after a bit of a break and after the sun went down a little bit, then we continued shooting again. I have to say, the conditions of this day were absolutely amazing. And it fit really well for the image that I had in my mind. So I'm really happy with the results. Okay, so we're back home. I edited the images. It took a while, but here we are. And the last phase is basically everything else. You have to select your images, you have to edit your images, and then you have to send the images off to the model or the client. So first, let's go through selection. The essence of selection in the digital era is pretty simple. You import your images into editing software, and then you mark the ones that you like, or the ones that you think that are good. However, this is much more complicated than I put it there. So I want to go through a few tips that I have for selection. What I do first is mark a maximum of 5 images from that specific scene or cut. In those 5 or so images, I try to get both full body shots and more punchier or atmospheric shots. This way the model or the client can choose whichever one they want. Remember, this is a fashion shoot, so the clothes matter. And the models usually want photos that can show their, their full body as well. Also good to keep in mind is that this first, or this initial selection process is just for the model/client. You, as a photographer, are free to choose whatever photos they want to use later. Ultimately, all you need from a day's shooting as a photographer is one banger. So if the client or model is wanting some photo that you might not like too much, don't mind about it too much, and, well, I mean, as long as you have that one photo that you like, right? Okay, next is the editing of the images. For editing, it starts getting more simple if you plan the photo shoot well. So for example, I told you that it's good to have an output image. How was that output image edited? Or what did it look like? That's a great starting point to have. Going back to the photo shoot I did in this video, I wanted to keep things a little bit more, let's say, emotional. So a little bit more grainy, maybe, and maybe a little bit more colorful. So that was the direction that I had when editing these images. And this was, I decided this way before I started touching Lightroom. And because this photo shoot wasn't for a client, I got to edit any way I want. So the consistency within the images aren't too important, to be honest. And that's also why I use different cameras here. But don't be afraid to explore different styles too. In my opinion, portraits have some leeway for creativity, so try new things out, but, obviously don't overdo it. And lastly, we have delivery. Nothing too interesting here, but I use Dropbox. It is much easier to use than anything I've ever used. I've used so many different methods to send images or to, share images with clients, but they've always had some issue with them, but Dropbox seems to be pretty simple. So basically, yeah, all I do, the gist of it is I create a folder in Dropbox and share it with the model or client. But I usually create 2 folders though. One folder that's named Recommended, and the other folder named Others. And in the Recommended folder, I usually keep about maybe 10 images or so, or try to keep it around that number. In the Other folder, I keep the images stored there that I've edited and I think are decent. This way, the model/client has a little bit more options, and you also can get your message across that those are the image you think are worthy of using. I generally recommend to take some time to look back at these photos, so maybe a few days or so. This way, the initial, kind of excitement, I would say, fades out, which is a good thing. With time, you get more objectivity on your photos. So looking back at the folders through the Recommended folder and the Others folder, and maybe switching some images here and there between the span of a few days is good. Then you just send the images off and you're done. Okay guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. I found that on YouTube there were a lot of, portrait shoots, but nothing I would say like too professional or nothing too fashion oriented. So I wanted to make this video to clear out some of the, some of the steps that are taken in order to create a little bit more organized, but still simple fashion portrait shoot. Okay, I'm pretty happy about the images that I got. So I'll go back to my computer and look back at them again while I'm editing this video. If you thought this video was helpful or you liked my images, you can like the video and please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Sayonara.